It's casual, not formal. It's hosted by Rory, Penland, and Renée in tow. It's time to start the show. 1, 2, 3, go!
Hello and welcome to another edition of It's Casual, coming to you from a hotel room in Baltimore right now. Let me bring up Renée Yaworsky.
Coming to you live from the Carina Nebula, which is 8,500 light years from Earth, I think.
This is the slide you see around us here, the cosmos. It's cosmosy, you said earlier,
It's
right?
very cosmosy, and check this out. So this is from the James Webb Telescope that was released. All of these images were released in July of last year, and check out what NASA describes this image as: cosmic cliffs, glittering landscape of star birth. This is the Carina Nebula, and
That was in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, right? Oh no, that was the Volterra Nebula.
That was something totally different. No, Rory, this is different. And
I'm going to get you, Kirk.
That's a totally different. That's a different nebula.
That's a different nebula.
Nebulosity is
I'm confused on my nebulas.
and we just learned that nebulosity is a word. How cool is that? NASA teaches you something new every day. Take that, Elon Musk.
Leave it to Renée to find the word nebulosity.
Nebulosity, and I'm giving a big fu to Elon Musk because we don't need you, Musk. The James Webb Telescope exists without you and your SpaceX, where you
go to
slave
Mars
labor, labor, and you demand that your employees sleep in the office for no apparent reason. Ridiculous, Elon. Anyways,
it's a monstrosity. It's a nebulosity.
Yeah, that's Elon Musk. He's a monstrosity, a nebulosity. They are nebulous, aren't they? They're very nebulous. I want to get Elon to come on the show just to publicly debate me.
I don't. No, actually, I do.
No.
Actually, I do. Have a great guest like that. Yeah,
Well, you don't want Elon. You want the viewers who will watch the fallout of that. You still don't want Elon. You'd be using him. Let's be honest. Yeah. If you couldn't televise it, you wouldn't. Do you do an Elon Musk impersonation? I feel like that's
I should. I've seen him on Saturday Night Live. He's just kind of weird.
He's kind of bland. What does he do?
Very bland. That sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Actually, yeah, he's from South Africa, not Austria. Come on now. We gotta get the accents right.
I think Rockets would come back.
Although he is a Terminator.
I'll work on it.
Yeah, work on it a little bit, but you're on the right track. You're on the right nebulosity, I think. I used that word totally wrong.
That was a nebulosity. That was.
That's what that was.
So our guest today, she wasn't sure if I was going to be here or not. I wasn't sure if I was going to be here or not. Was Emily Jane Roberts, and she came into my radar late at night. I saw some of her concerts on. It's not. I think she's on Jake and Bethy's
Socially Distant
Fest.
It goes live on Socially Distant
Fest. Yeah. And she's quite the entertainer. Very good music, and she was on No Icing with Trisha not long ago. Mm-hmm. You were there. Mm-hmm. And I asked her after that show. She said, "I'd like to come on all your shows." I was like, "Oh!"
We would like to have her on all of our shows.
We would love to have you on our show. So I asked her, and we booked today. And I didn't realize. Oh, wait a minute! I'm going to be up in Baltimore, but here we are. Here we all are. So let's go ahead and bring up.
That's the whole nebulosity, people.
There you go.
Here she is! Yay! Here she is.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So you are in your shop there.
Yeah.
Tell us about your shop.
Well, I work for a shoe brand called Intentionally Blank, And right now, the only store that we have is in Hudson, New York. And I run the store. And yeah, so that's where I'm coming to you from, is the store, because, I'm a busy lady.
And Renee had her background of her house up behind her. And it's very nice. Both of you. So what brought you to Hudson, New York?
My great uncle lived here, and I was helping him with he was an art, like, I don't know what you would call him. He's just an art, like, dealer, so to speak. I was helping him, with his art. And
T-shirt is showing.
and so I was just we were coming up here a lot, and I just got to know the town and kind of fell in love with it. And we bought a house here, my ex-husband and myself, and the rest is history. A lot has changed since then in both my life and in the town, but all for the better, of course.
What is Hudson, I mean, other than yourself, what is Hudson, New York best known for?
Well, we are pretty well known for, not exactly in Hudson, but it was a whaling town, basically. And whaling and prostitution, I believe, is what it's best known for. Back in the day.
Hopefully we'll knock the two coming together.
But yeah, but then also Mike Tyson used to spend quite a bit of time here because he trained with someone across the river in Catskill.
What's the river from Catskill?
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of Customato, but anyway, he was a boxing coach and he had a place, and that's where, Mike Tyson was, I believe, born and raised there. And anyway, he used to frequent Hudson, so that's kind of a thing.
Every now and then you might see Michael going down the street. Sorry.
And we're also in New York,
do the impression.
So people like to come here from the city, and right now we're just a very big tourist destination.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how far I am from there right now.
You're Baltimore. Yeah, you're a little ways away, but
yeah, a few hours away, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the beginning, your love of music, where it all began, where it all started.
I would say that my love of music started from my father. Well, both my parents were big music fans, but my dad he was a musician. He was a bass player, and he was in a couple rockabilly bands, one in particular called the 1-400s. He was in that band with my uncle. And when I was little, it was early 80s. And so I used to watch them play. I used to always watch rehearsals in the basement. And so that's where, he always was playing music. He was always bringing us records home from work and stuff. There was always stuff like that. But as far as playing music,
mm-hmm.
It was from watching him play.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Awesome. And again, the jamming sessions and stuff like that, you would probably, as a kid, would watch and listen to all that. And
oh, yeah.
Have fond memories of that.
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of memories, from just of watching music, different bands play, at parties, and it was there was just a lot of music, a lot of live music in my childhood.
So when did you first pick up a guitar?
I didn't pick up a guitar until I was, I guess I was 12, really. When I first picked up a guitar, and I kind of taught myself a little bit, but I didn't get serious about it. Not that I'm a serious guitar player. I don't consider myself a guitar player. I just kind of play guitar, but I decided when I got an interest in songwriting is when I really just was okay, I had more motivation to to learn to play the guitar, learn some chords. I took lessons for like a year, and then the rest I've just sort of like figured out on my own. But I just basically my thing with guitar is I use it to write songs and accompany myself so that my songs have life.
Can I say something? I came on to say something because Emily, I say the exact same thing that you say,
You
but
do.
while you were saying it, it just occurred to me. I think that it's sexism because there are so many guys who don't play half as well as we do, and they do what we do, which is they just do it to accompany themselves, but they never say what we do. We always are trying to like distance ourselves from the craft or say we're not really that proficient. And I know that there's people who are much more technically, I mean, come on, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I mean, like so many people are just amazing at it, and so many women too. But it's almost like I think we have to at some point maybe take a little more ownership of how good we are compared to the general population. I mean, I'm going to work, and this just came to me right now. So like I'm not working on it yet, but you're so good at the guitar, actually, and I see all
Yeah,
these.
I was going to
And
say,
yeah, you're so good, and
listening
I
to
see
you, yeah, on
people are gonna
post
see
social
her
distance test.
perform. She's gonna perform for us tonight. But Emily,
Yeah.
like, I'm so like I don't want to like. There's no name in particular in my mind, but haven't you seen guys who are like really not that good, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm a guitarist." Like they own it, and people believe that shit. We
No,
we gotta start owning it. I think.
in general, I need to own up. I need to like own a lot more things in my life. In general, as a rule, I need to like
Me too.
own shit. You know what I mean? For better and for worse. But, just like I guess I don't know, it was like this weird modesty thing. But I don't know.
And we talked about this a little bit on No Icing, but you and I both ran in circles with extremely lauded,
Right.
popular, famous musicians who were extremely noted for these skills. And so we might have been maybe compared to them, not as quote unquote technically proficient or not as written up in all the rock mags, but in our own right, if you take us away from that society and those experiences, if you just take Emily Jane Roberts on her own and you put her into the general population, most people are going to be astounded at your proficiency. Just on the guitar. I'm not talking
As
about.
Lorraine just said below
Yeah,
here, you're both
very
very
talented.
talented people. Yeah,
I
you're both
have
very
never
talented.
thought of myself as good at it, even like it was like a necessity thing,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But my friend Marcel just says like I'm very percussive about the guitar. Like I do it.
I noticed that too. Yeah, we have another friend, Ivan Basil, who's very percussive when he plays, and I made that not assumption, but I made that connection. I was like, wow, yeah, she does that too. Wow, that's really cool.
It's a lot of energy, a lot of power
Yeah.
and energy comes out, and it makes you feel in your heart and also the vibration in your actual body. You can feel your music. I love that. Jay Thompson too is another one I think that's very percussive when he plays. I respect it, Emily. I think you're just incredible. I love, and also your songwriting. I think that what you do take ownership of, though, is your songwriting. And so I know you are proud and confident about that. So maybe talk us into your songwriting history and how you got there.
My songwriting history comes from when I was like a kid. It just started when my dad got really sick. They discovered he had a brain tumor, and then he had surgery, and I was staying at a friend's house while that was happening, and I just didn't really know what to do with myself to like take my mind off of the fact that this major thing was happening, and I didn't really know what to do with myself. So my friend Susan and I just started writing songs. We just like decided we were going to make an album. And so we wrote a bunch of songs. Neither of us played an instrument per se, but we just like, anyway, that was the birth of it. I would say it came from it was like a coping mechanism, I would say. Is where it started.
So you both began writing songs before you could play instruments.
Yeah. I mean, I was always, I didn't even necessarily consider myself a singer yet. I just had to express myself. And that was what happened. But from there, I was like, okay, this is a thing. So I put a lot of effort into my voice.
You just went into it. You just went with it.
Yeah. I was like, okay, this is a thing. Because I realized that, I don't know what I realized really. It's just that I really loved it. It helped me deal with things. And you know what else? It meant the first time I saw my dad after his surgery, I played one of the songs for him, and that was like, and he was so proud. He was so proud of me.
Oh, that's great.
And so I think there was that. I think that was a major catalyst for me, was that my dad was super proud of me, and it brought like help. It helped him. It was like, I don't know, it was like medicine. I realized it was like medicine, kind of like it made him feel good in that really shitty time. Like it made him feel good. And I was like, wow, music can help people feel better. I mean, that's definitely a part of music for me.
I was going to ask you about along the way. I'm sure you got support from your father, being from a musical family like that, and you got support from your family then. Has that support continued on through your life with your family now, or?
Definitely, I would say, but like I don't have my mom and my dad anymore. So, but I do still I have my uncle and my aunt, but honestly, for the most part, like my family is people that I'm not even blood related to. Like I have very close friends. Some of you may know, have seen Marcel on some of my streams.
Yeah.
Marcel and his parents are like my family, and they are extremely supportive. Marcel is he's like my best friend, and he's just very supportive of music. So in that sense, I do have a very good support system.
Great, wonderful, awesome. I always love to hear that. Could you play some music for us now?
Sure. Does anybody know any?
Before the show started, you mentioned that somebody had to bring your guitar down to the shop.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to make use of that if you can play for us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. As she figures out what she's going to play, I guess I will play a song that people seem to like. It's called Silver Lake. Sorry, you guys. I just realized it went out of tune. I just can't. I gotta.
Oops.
I apologize. I did tune it.
It happens.
But I just.
Someone carrying that guitar all the way across Hudson.
Yeah, anyway. Of course, my
somebody bumped into Mike Tyson, and your guitar's out of tune now. Oh, geez, sorry about that. I hope I didn't make your guitar out of tune.
Yeah, there actually are some things about Mike Tyson, and it's funny because there are stories about him beating up prostitutes.
Oh, jeez. Robin Givens would probably back that up.
It's some pretty rough stuff, but it's one of his famous stories.
That's terrible.
So, not ideal, as you can imagine. right, here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. Gosh, the song better be. Huh. Okay. All right, I'll just keep going. It's 100% okay. The rest of me just came away and frozen. Baby, you made fucking up religiously. Think it was a prophecy of patience. I would die the first case. So I never should have come this far. Now just point the car towards the lake. My guitar is very messed up today. Never should have left the sun. Never used to come undone on how things change. What is going on? Then now we go. We must persevere. Colder than we've ever been. May not be with struggling just to save our day. There's a better way, 'cause the rain so high. No, we never should have come this far. Now just point the car towards Silver Lake. In between us is a good thing. And one can see us up from the pain we face. Whoa. So what are we doing here? Mom from the slinging fields hesitate. Baby, don't you wait. It's okay. So high. No, we never should have come this far. Now just point the car back to Silver Lake. Yeah. Just point the car towards Silver Lake. 23% okay. Wow. Sorry about that, guys.
It was nice. I mean, it was okay. It was great.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
gonna ask you to do another one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me think about what's a song to do here. Something
David just gave you 3 hearts.
like 3 hearts.
He's good that way.
Yeah, we got some good folks. We got some good folks on the internets in our little communities that we have. We got a lot of people who are very supportive.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah,
Good
I
people.
appreciate all my friends, and even people who aren't my friends, but they're people who are supportive, and you can say, well, aren't we great? We're the musicians who play, but to
If
me,
they're supportive, that makes them your friends.
supportive communities that we have here are just so. I mean, they play the people who they're just so supportive, and that just makes all the difference. That just is amazing. So
Yeah.
shout out to everybody out there. All right, I think I'm gonna.
And you know who you are.
You do know who you are. You're right. Your body. Let's see which song I should play. Okay, I'm gonna play a song called "Deer in Headlights," and it goes a little something like this. Get over it, tough loving head of beer. In the end, you didn't share. Thinks I'm a loser. With your games clear. How long you been standing there? The time it takes to break your stare. Distances between us. You calm down out spring. Summer. Lady in the headlights. Saw you break down the door to run. This war won't hurt anyone. If you knew I'd land, could you stay and be a man? If I was firing rockets out of my hands, crying in my pillow, you come down on spring, summer, lady in the headlights. Saw you wanna break down the door and run. This won't hurt anyone. What I'm supposed to be, or if it's coming down on me, to hold me up for all the world to see. We'll spare this disaster. Come down on spring, summer, lady in the headlights. Saw you break down the door to run. This war won't hurt anyone.
So much for playing for us. I was going to ask you about some of the influences in your music. Before you say it, I'm going to say
Okay,
your
yeah.
own unique. You're your own unique person, and you do your own thing. But I get little tinges of maybe Joan Jett, Amy Winehouse, maybe even a tinge of Patti Smith
Good.
when you perform.
Good. Yeah, I would say there's some of the Pretenders in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm a very very big Pretenders fan. You know, and even I've been inspired by bands and artists that I never necessarily tried to sound like anybody, but they were inspiring to me. So
Right.
like Blondie, really
There
love
you go. Deborah Harry. Yeah.
next like the Eurythmics. Just Annie Lennox as a singer.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joni Mitchell is a very big, she is an inspiration. She's like an influence, I should say, on me as far as songwriting goes.
Mm-hmm.
I heard her Blue record and it like made me fall in love with the art of writing lyrics. And I just like studied her lyrics and I just wanted to like I just wanted to be good. Like I didn't want to write like her per se. I wanted to like not even necessarily be good, but just like tell my truth.
Yeah.
Be authentic with it.
I get that. I totally understand that.
Yeah. Also the Rolling Stones are very big. I love,
Interesting.
yeah, I write very like poppy music. I have very poppy melodies, but like in my head, when I finally get these songs recorded, like I want there to be, you know, I like a little like rough around the edges, like
Yeah.
rock. There's always going to be some rock to my music. I'm just a very
Right.
big rock fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And again, Tom Cheshire and some other people, would say,
Love.
yeah, if you wanted a little grungy, if you wanted a little rough around the edges, yeah, you're getting into punk rock area there.
Yeah.
So maybe a little punk in there.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely influenced by that too, for sure. For sure.
The Joni Mitchell is very interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
we've mentioned her from time to time with different people, but yeah, she is a big influence, like you say, not so much in performance, but in songwriting in itself.
Yeah.
Um, she was an inspiration to you in that way. That's very wonderful, very deep. Of that.
She's like, she's just a special being.
Now, now I know Renee is going to want to ask you about your songwriting style. Renee.
Yeah, I'm still mulling over the Joni Mitchell thing. I listened to Blue when I was older than most. I was like maybe 20 because everyone kept talking about it. And for whatever reason, it wasn't like raw and it didn't have that energy that you have. So I put it down and I was like in my 30s before I could appreciate her because when I was in my 20s, I wanted a lot of energy and all of that. So I'm
Me too.
so interested when you said that. I'm still thinking about it because you're right. It's the lyrics. Like
Yeah.
I didn't take the
Mhm.
time to really go into the lyrics because to me, I love melody so much. I love energy so much.
Mhm.
You and also I like one of the things about your voice, and I think that's what Roy's trying to talk about when he says like rough around the edges or like punk, or
Mhm.
when you said the Pretenders. It's like to me, the female vocalists that I grew up being inspired by were like you. They were very so I'm not trying to diss Joni, but I'm trying to I'm on a journey trying to understand her better
Mhm.
because for me, I always just wanted more of that power when I was listening to a woman. And I don't know why. Maybe it was just like overcompensation or whatever. And also maybe my own insecurity. I never felt like Joni Mitchell. I never felt feminized. I never felt feminine. I felt like I sang like a guy. You know what I mean? I sang from my throat. I didn't sing
Mhm.
like I and so
Gosh.
when I respect that. And so when I hear you and I hear that more bluesy and that sort of to me that's rock and someone in the comments said rock and roll, like that to me is how I like my songs to I like to hear music like that, and
I
I'd like
I
and I
hear.
wonder what you're like on stage too. That's another thing. I don't think I've ever seen you. Do you move around a lot when you're out?
Um, Not a ton. Like I'm not like overly I kind of just I don't know. It's been a while, honestly, that I've been like on stage, to be honest with you. Trying to remember what I did. But I never was like very like big arms.
No Janice, no
No,
Janice. You weren't.
no, I was never really like that. I mean, I didn't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's an excellent question. I don't really I don't know, but it has been. It's been way too long since I've
Mhm.
Like
played.
most, you went online performing when the
The
pandemic
pandemic,
hit.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so it's just been tough for you to get back into the groove of it. As far as
Yeah,
booking gigs and stuff.
yeah. It's that, and it's like also, well, there's definitely this element of like trying to get out of like just I just gotta do it. I just really gotta do it. But it's so easy to get distracted from that when you've got a full-time job
Hmm.
and you're trying to like you're the boss lady and there's just and you've got to you're too.
I was
So
going to ask you about Intentionally Blank Shoes, if that was actually your company or if it was somebody else's company and you're just kind of there working with it.
yeah, it is actually my boss's designs. Shoe.
Okay.
He's the shoe designer. Ty is his name. Ty McBride, and he's the one who it's his brand, but
Okay.
I'm kind of helping him with that. I'm like, I'm just running. I just pretty much run the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to pay the bills.
I like help. It's a small brand, so I mean, you end up, when you work for Intentionally Blank, you end up doing a lot of different stuff. You sort of wear a lot of hats.
A lot of different hats.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to just quickly qualify a little bit more of what I was saying because
Oh.
I was speaking,
Go
I was
ahead.
thinking out loud when I was talking and giving you that my reaction to you and why I think so many people, not just me, gravitate towards you. It is the authenticity and the power and the realness of who you are. And I'm not dissing Joni Mitchell. I was just kind of shocked. I'm trying to understand Joni more, and I'm learning as I grow to understand her more. And I think when you mentioned how powerful blue was for you, I think in my mind, I had this cool healing where, like, I see how fashionable you are. I see how beautiful you are, how sensual you are. You're very, you have a lot of impact physically and emotionally. You're so true to yourself. And that's why people love you so much. I think people trust you. They trust your art, they trust your humanity, and they trust your intellect. But it's so cool for me because I'm having this healing moment where I'm seeing a gorgeous, very feminine woman who's very fashionable. You're all woman, and you're there doing the type of music that I love, and you're saying Joni Mitchell influenced you. So now I'm like, I'm going to put on blue tonight, and that's going to be a beautiful healing for me because I want to be able to get something from that record too, and from Joni too, because I respect her life so much. I actually love Joni Mitchell. She was a huge mainstay of the Laurel Canyon scene, which is totally iconic and I love and adore.
Very.
Yeah. So I appreciate. Anyways, I'm just thinking out loud right now, but that was so cool that you said that.
Thank you, and thank you for all that you said. That's very it's so. I mean, it's always nice to hear nice things said about you, but it's like we're actually very, very cool, very cool.
Thank you.
So I thank you for that because that's the thing with my music is I try to be authentic and I just try to write from my gut, and sometimes I feel like I don't even really know where an idea is coming from.
Yeah.
But I just sort of I don't set out to write a bunch of songs about heartbreak and whatever. It's just
Not your thing.
I mean, it's no, I mean, people will say you should write happy songs. I'm like, I am not very good at that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that, honestly. I don't know why it just doesn't happen naturally. But yeah, Joni Mitchell, she's just I just am so in awe of her. And
Where do you come up with your melodies? Like Silver Lake, I was, every time I hear Silver Lake, I wonder how you composed that specific song because it's so catchy and it's got that great rhythm to it. But I want to know, when you sat down, did you hear that vocal in your brain and then you sat down and how did you work that through? It's a very unique song.
you mean melodically speaking, or
Yeah, did you hear it in your head first and then you took up the guitar, or were you playing with those chords and then you sang over it?
That's an excellent question. Um, Usually with me, all right, motorcycles, because motors.
I got a siren going on out here.
Yep.
Got all kinds of stuff on. With Silver Lake, I'm trying to remember with Silver Lake exactly how that went down. It's usually I get the melody in my head, and then I find what chords go with it. That's usually how I operate. but
Yeah.
I knew what kind of song it was going to be. Like I knew what the vibe of it was. So yeah, and it was definitely like that was definitely a song. It's a very, very sad song. um, and so I kind of wanted that, like, it's like on one hand it's this poppy song, but
Mm-hmm.
then on the other hand it's like very melodic, but like on the other, then it's like about something very, very sad.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it was sad for me in my life. It might not come across as that, but it was like, the beginning of the end, pretty much for me with in a certain relationship. So, yeah, I mean, I think I heard that melody in my head, and I just sort of like made the whole song work around that. You know, it just sort of came to me. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. And also, I did write that song. I wrote the song with the guy that I was in the relationship with.
Oh wow. How
So
is that? That's very Fleetwood Mac. So how did you work through that dynamic? And then
that's
you have to see each other after. I mean, it's yeah, how did you?
it was not easy at all. It was a very weird songwriting situation, to be honest with you. Like it was very, and I actually ended up, like, after we broke up, we wrote some other songs together. But that song in particular, we just kind of were both feeling kind of similar about the situation. It was kind of like mutual a little bit. And so we just kind of, I don't know, it was definitely difficult.
Are you a relationship based person? Do you need to have like how just in your priority scheme of your life, how important are relationships to you versus career, every other thing that's on the table?
I would say that I'm very much, I am, and I'm not. Like I am very much, I definitely put people and relationships with people before anything else.
Right.
I I definitely do that, but I don't feel like I need to have somebody. Um, when I'm with someone, I'm with them because I want to be. I'm not. It's not like I need companionship or anything like that.
Mhm.
So I definitely believe in, if your gut is telling you to do something, if you really, really want to do something, you should do it. And if the rest of it is right, then it'll just sort of, it'll fall in line, like
Mhm.
so that's sort of where I'm at, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me too. Relationships are the most important thing to me in my entire life. But that said, I've never had just an open slot and said, I'll put anyone in there. I'm not one of those people who just needs, like, I need a, it's almost like casting for a movie. Some people really are like, look, I just need a this and I needed this, and they make sure that there's those people. For me, it has to be a very specific relationship with a very specific person, and then I do put it first.
Taylor Swift writes a lot with a lot of exes. Of course, they don't know it until way after the fact. But
That's a little different, Rory. I think it's a little, she's talking about
I've been waiting so long to
actively.
tell that joke.
He's been sitting on that for 3 months.
Yeah, and it was, as you can see why, it was very, like, that was a powerful joke right there.
It was very good. Thank you,
Miley Cyrus is
Rory.
starting to do that now too.
Yeah, she is. No, I actually am not ashamed to say that I'm actually a pretty big Taylor Swift fan. I have a lot of respect for her. My daughter, one who was the fan at first, but I don't know if you heard the albums that she released during the pandemic, but if you haven't, you should check them out.
Yes, incredible. Taylor's version, right? This is when
Well,
she reworked her
did
own songs.
she re-recorded all of her records, but she
Mhm.
recorded her own records during the pandemic. She had a couple of them, and anyway, it's like not like what you're used to hearing from her. It's just, you
Right.
should check them out. They're called Folklore and Evermore. You should definitely. But yeah, she's very, very relationship or
Yes.
did. And I think with her, she just sort of, that's just kind of like where her inspiration comes from what I can tell.
Yep, and that's what resonated. I just started getting into Taylor like literally last year. I think it was when all the copyright stuff was going on, and I was like,
Yeah.
Taylor. And so many of the people I respected were really, loved her. And I said, okay, all right. I knew Shake It Off, that was it. But Romeo, I think, and Love Story. But
Wait, Shake It Off is my least favorite Taylor Swift.
right, yeah, I know. That's why I say that. Like everyone's like,
Right.
that's not why you're supposed to like Taylor. I'm like, okay.
Is an exceptional songwriter, and she really, I have a lot of respect for her.
Yeah, and just a lot of drive too. I think another thing that I really respect, I don't know if you saw the documentary that came out with her relatively recently, but
Yeah.
it shows how she works through disappointment and rejection, and she's
Right.
always coming back from where she's very dogged, she's very tenacious, and I respect that too. Somebody who like she'll have some like a door closes on her, and she'll say, "Okay, how do I get through the door?" She doesn't just give up and go home.
I
She
really
doesn't. Yeah.
like her in that. Not that I'm completely, I just don't have as much, like, I don't have like that much drive. I mean, that much drive. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
That I, but she's just like an incredibly driven person. So
Having $1 million agent helps.
all of those things definitely make a giant difference. Once you get started, like for her, it's like, it's just sort of snowballs and
And becomes karma an anti-hero.
exactly. No, all that stuff definitely helps. I'm sure.
All right. Well, I would love for you to play for us again, if you would.
Okay. I'm trying to think of
Songs.
what I would play. Okay. I'm gonna try to tune again. Just because kind of seems like the thing to do.
Siri, how close is Hudson to Syracuse? I got a feeling you girls should go out for a drink.
Oh, don't worry, Rory. There's gonna be a lot going on. Trust me. Not
Renee,
I definitely want to get down to Hudson. I've never been to Hudson.
How far is it?
I
I'm
mean,
curious.
it's probably at least 4 hours, probably 4.5 hours. Yeah, it's pretty
New
far.
York is a big place, isn't it?
New York is huge because you can go all the way up to
Humongous.
Niagara Falls, and then you can always go up to Canada. You can go down to Pennsylvania.
My daughter was asking this morning. She goes, New York, like New York City, New York. I go, well, yeah. Well, New York is a big place, but yes, New York City is there. It's in there, but it's by the water, Manhattan.
Right? Yeah. Hudson is closer to that,
Because we were driving, and one of the signs said New York, towards New York.
Hudson is like in between. I don't know if you know where Albany is, but it's the capital of our state.
Yeah.
We're like right in between Albany and New York City, but we are right in between the Catskill Mountains and the Adirondack Mountains. We're in like right in between those two mountain ranges. Yeah, it's a beautiful place for sure.
And we have somebody, I don't know if it's Julio or Greg, probably one of them says, thanks for having Emily on the show, and she's a special guest on Drunkles this Friday.
Oh, very good.
That's
very good.
Awesome. Very cool.
It's for Julio's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Julio.
Happy birthday, Julio. Yeah.
Julio.
About 3 hours. Somebody Googled it. It's about 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's a little closer than I thought.
3 hours.
Those two guys are very special to me. They're very special friends. Like I just adore them.
Absolutely.
They are.
And to those viewers who don't know who the other guy she's talking about, it's Greg Gannon.
Julio and Greg Gannon.
And Morales, yeah.
Julio Morales, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do a song for someone else who's very special to me. Her name is Smokes, and this is one of her favorite songs that I do. And I wrote this song with my cousin Jackie, and it's called "This Too Shall Last." And I'm thinking of all of the ways that our hearts found each other. Sway of one chain and the lapse of another. Tone of the song, these things have gone sour. So I'm alive in my way. A bit of your power, days will come and nights spin around. The silence of the noise, solitude of the ground. Thinking of the moments when the sun made its last. This too shall last. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Days will come and nights spin around. The silence of the noise, the solitude of the crowd. Thinking of the moments when the sun made its slow dance. Driving till tomorrow, real full view. Nothing to ignite me but the shadows of you. Leaving this place, gently pressing against. This too shall last. This too shall last. And that's that song.
Very nice. Can you do one more for us?
Yes.
Thank you.
Trying to think. I don't have a capo with me, so I'm trying to think. I'm trying to play a song that doesn't involve a capo. Let's see. All right. Take 7 months, my body tonight. Feel what I'm feeling. Maybe not this song. No, it's not. When I play that chord, it sounds terrible. Feel what I'm feeling. All right, I'm gonna play another song, you guys. All right, sorry about that. No. Let's just still try to. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out a way around this. Well, I'll try to play it one more time. Okay. Take 7 months, my body tonight. Feel what I'm feeling. Hold it down. Thinking of what you knew that you were. Give that on easy. Myself away. And I'm not gonna hold my breath. I'm not gonna hold my breath. And I'm not gonna hold my breath. Anyway, around. Wouldn't conceive me for all that I am. How great of sin could struggling with this guitar today. Where's that song?
To our viewers, definitely go find Emily Jane Roberts on SDF, Socially Distant Fest. A lot of good stuff there. What else is coming up for you?
Well, I'm
You're
on
close to the. She'll be playing in the Catskills soon. She's
yeah,
she's close to the Catskills.
in the Hudson Valley area. I'll tell you one thing that I'm doing. I'm gonna be recording. I'm recording. So be on the lookout in the not too distant future for there to be music for you to listen to online.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very big deal for me. It's long overdue.
Bandcamp.
Yeah, things like that. Yep. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to happen, but I'm on a European record label, it's called, and they are putting out a little like acoustic record of like, or like an EP or something. I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to be, but anyway, they're going to be releasing it. So
Cool.
So there's that. That's the thing that I know is happening.
Awesome. Renee, we're going to call you back up.
Yes, Emily, you are amazing, and all the comments are like, as always, we get so many people here to watch you whenever you're on because you're so popular. Everybody just adores you. But
Aw.
I just wanted to say again about your voice and your energy. Like, when you go up with your voice, it sends something into my body, and I'm just so impressed. And I was thinking to myself when you were playing the song before this last one, I was thinking, there's nobody that sounds like Emily. And that is such a great thing because, so many people are derivative. There's only so many ways you can say something or sing something, and to find somebody who's truly an original is so special. And I just love that, and I applaud that so much.
That's probably like the best compliment I've ever received. Thank you.
It's true, and everybody knows it too. It's like there's nobody I can think of who's doing what
I was
you're
telling you
doing.
earlier. Yeah, you're very
Yeah,
unique.
she's an original, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody is agreeing with me. Everybody, yes. So keep being
You've got
yourself
your own
and being
sound.
an
That's great.
original. I just tune out when I hear somebody who continually wants to sound like something,
Yeah.
something else, like, because it already exists, and I'm thinking someone else has already done it. So it's just so refreshing when I hear you and I see you and I say there's nobody else doing what you're doing.
Thank you. That is like an unbelievably cool compliment. Like I love a good compliment. In general, I like to
Who
receive
doesn't?
her, but
Well, it's so true. I mean, it's true. Everybody knows it too. It's just something I was able to articulate and verbalize it, but I
thank
think
you.
you know it too.
Thank you so much. That's like really special. I appreciate that. I just in my music, it's easier for me. Like I think music is like where I'm in my most like authentic, and like I just feel like I'm fully expressing myself like better than I can when I'm not playing music. I feel.
Right.
I don't know if it makes any sense at all, but I just feel very myself when I'm playing music.
And somebody said, and her daughter will be on the silver screen.
Who said that?
It was such a Facebook user. I don't know who it was, but it was
Okay. My daughter is yes, she is she's a character, my daughter, and she's very very beautiful, that's for sure. So who knows? She's got the world is her oyster. So who knows where you'll see her.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Well, thank you so much for coming on and spending time with us and singing some songs for us. We so appreciate it. Like Renee said, the comments are just going off the hook.
Oh yeah.
Great. So,
well, thank everybody out there who was here and watching, and I love all you guys. I know I haven't been on that much lately, but I appreciate that everybody still shows up to hear me.
there you go. You got fans. Again, thank you so much. We appreciate the fact that you came on and told us a little bit about yourself and your process and Hudson.
Then I know you learned a little something about Hudson today, didn't you?
It's a shame that Mike Tyson took up a lot of that.
Well, no, Hudson doesn't really like that's what we got. That's kind of just
It wasn't by choice.
I don't know. A lot of people are like very proud of that. So, and that says something about Hudson too.
Oops. Well, we wish you all the luck in the world. Again, we hope you get some gigs coming up soon. If you do, we hope you advertise them well so that people can get out to them.
I've definitely got people are asking me to do some stuff, so I guess I just need to take them up.
Good. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Renee, let's go ahead and say goodnight or say goodbye to our audience, and hopefully we'll get a lot of hits on this after the fact on YouTube.
Oh yeah, everybody.
We're doing our
we always
best.
get the highest hit. It's just great. Emily, you should be here every single time we air because we will get the highest views. And that's true. Everybody loves. Somebody just said everybody loves Emily Jane Roberts. Yes, of course.
Oh, you guys are like just the sweetest. My goodness.
EJR.
We love the EJR. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Yes. Oh, Emily was saying something. Emily was saying something. What were you saying?
I just said thanks for having me.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't want to talk over you. All right, love you guys. Bye, everybody. Thank you for showing up, everyone.